Castle Black is an ancient stronghold and is the headquarters of the Night's Watch. The castle once held over 5,000 men, but it now currently holds about 600 brothers. It consists of several stone towers and timber keeps. Beneath the keeps and towers, there is a series of subterranean passages called wormwalks, which connect all of the buildings. They are rarely used during the summer, but in the winter it is the only way to travel to different parts of the castle. Castle Black has a small sept, but no godswood. Men who follow the old gods can travel half a league beyond the wall into the haunted forest, where a small grove contains a rough circle of 9 weirwood heart trees. The Lord Commander's Tower, also called Lord Commander's Keep, is where the Lord Commander's quarters are located. The King's Tower is a 100-foot tall round tower with merlons atop it, overlooking the gate and the foot of the wooden stair leading up the wall. The entry door is made of oak studded with iron. Although it is reserved for honored guests and named for kings, no king has visited the tower in over 100 years. Hardin's Tower has a broken battlement from which stone has spilled into the yard below. It has a severe lean. The lance is the tallest tower at the castle, though only a third of the height of the wall. It is slim and crumbling. The Tower of Guards is the strongest of the towers, and then there is a silent tower. The common hall is a great timbered keep where the brothers take their meals. The rookery is the nesting place of Castle Black's ravens. Consequently, the maester's quarters are located in a stout wooden keep beneath it. The armory is where the equipment for weapons practice is kept. The old flint barracks is where most of the brothers reside. The vaults located underground contain food stores and the library. The library contains records and old books that even the Citadel does not have. Amongst other topics, it covers drawings of the faces in the weirwoods, the language of the children of the forest, and scrolls from Valyria. The Shield Hall is a feast hall of dark stone. In years past, when the Night's Watch was much larger in number, the Shield Hall's walls had been hung with rows of brightly colored wooden shields. When a knight took the black, his shield would adorn its wall, and he would take up the plain black shield of the Brotherhood. When a knight died, his shield was removed, so it could go to the deceased's pyre or tomb. As the Night's Watch declined in number, however, the noble brothers dined instead with the small folk in the common hall. The dark shield hall was used infrequently, as it was difficult to heat. It was infested with rats and had worm-eaten wooden rafters. The Grey Keep is another building at Castle Black. The gate guards the tunnel through the wall, which is long, twisting, and narrow. 3 iron gates block the inner passage. Each of these gates is locked and has a murder hall above it. The outer door to the tunnel is solid oak, about 9 inches thick. The great switchback stair climbs its way up from Castle Black to the top of the wall. It is made of wooden stairs anchored by huge beams frozen into the wall itself. A winch elevator is used to take supplies and men up to the top of the wall. It is an iron cage attached to a winch to allow it to ascend and descend the face of the wall. It can hold 10 men or an equal amount of supplies. Facilities on top of the wall include a small warming shed for the man on watch, located next to the crane. Beside the eastern road from Castle Black is a lich-yard with the graves of some members of the Night's Watch. Beside the lich-yard are ancient tombs. Oakenshield is an abandoned castle along the wall. Stannis Baratheon, while at the wall, inspects the ruins of Oakenshield and Queensgate. Jon Snow re-garrisons Oakenshield as the seat of Tormund Giantsbane. Tormund, also known as Tormund Thunderfist, Alltalker, Hornblower, and Breaker of Ice, husband to bears, the Mead King, speaker to gods, and father of hosts, is a famous free folk raider and once fought to make himself king beyond the wall, but he was defeated by Mance Rayder. Although Tormund is said to have slain a giant, he claims to have actually cut open the belly of a sleeping giantess and slept in her for warmth during a winter storm. Tormund claims the giantess, thinking he was a babe, then suckled him for 3 months in the spring. He also claims to once have drunkenly slept with a bear. Woodswatch by the Pool is another abandoned castle along the wall. Harma Dogsheed is seen at Woodswatch by the Pool prior to the wildlings' attack on the wall. Harma is a captain in Mance Rayder's army, commanding the vanguard. Harma has big cheeks, she's squat and round, and she hates dogs. She kills a dog every fortnight to create a new totem for her banner. She was killed when Stannis attacked the wildling camp north of the wall. After her death, Stannis' knights cut off her head and mounted on a spear in mocking fashion. She had a brother, Halleck. Halleck later joins the defense of the wall under Lord Commander Jon Snow. Before Mance Rayder made peace between them, Harma once warred with Rattleshirt, also known as the Lord of Bones. He is called Rattleshirt due to his armor, which is made up of loosely tied bones that clatter as he moves. He wears a broken giant's skull as his helm, and is a renowned raider. Sable Hall is a castle along the wall abandoned by the Night's Watch. Lord Commander Jon Snow considers re-garrisoning Sable Hall with wildlings under the command of Halleck, brother of deceased Harma Dogsheed. Rimegate, another abandoned Night's Watch castle. Long Barrow is an abandoned castle near which Mance Rayder climbs the wall when travels disguised to Winterfell for the visit of King Robert Baratheon. Under the disguise of a musician, Mance plays the lute during the feast for Robert. Lord Commander Jon Snow garrisons Long Barrow with wildwing spearwives. The man of the Night's Watch then start to call it Horse Barrow. The Torches is another abandoned castle by the wall, so is the Green Guard next to it. Eastwatch by the Sea is located on a grey windswept shore by the Bay of Seals. Near Eastwatch live some fisherfolk, and some wildwings trade with the Night's Watch at Eastwatch. Wildwings prefer it to Castle Black because trading ships from the fabled lands beyond the sea visit it from time to time. The commander of Eastwatch is Cutter Pike, who has less than 200 men under his command. Cutter is the bastard son of a tavern wench from the Iron Islands. According to Sir Dennis Mallister, Cutter has been violent since his childhood. He is a veteran of many battles, and when Stannis Baratheon lands his men at Eastwatch, Cutter leads him and his men along hidden paths which allow Stannis to take the Wildwings unaware during the Battle of Castle Black. The Night's Watch keeps several galleys at Eastwatch, including larger vessels capable of crossing the narrow sea and lean fighting vessels. The galleys patrol the Bay of Seals to catch smugglers who trade weapons to the Wildwings. The Gift is a tract of land measuring 25 leagues southward from the Wall that the Night's Watch received from King Brandon Stark of the North, also called the Brandon's Gift. For years the Watch farmed the Gift, but as their numbers dwindled, there were fewer hands to plow the fields, tend the bees and plant the orchards, so the Wild reclaimed much of the area. Wishing to restore the Night's Watch and reward its loyal service in the defense of the realm, Queen Alysanne Targaryen, wife of King Jaehaerys the Conciliator, doubled the extent of the Gift. Towns and villages that were located within the new Gift supported the Night's Watch with their taxes, rendered by goods and labor. In time, the new Gift lost population as people moved south, into the mountains or into the Umberlands east of the King's Road to avoid wildwing raids, further reducing the support for the Night's Watch and the Wall. The nearest point of civilization to Castle Black is Molestown, a village that is bigger than it seems because 3/4 of the village lies beneath ground, in deep, damp, warm cellars connected by a warren of tunnels. There is a brothel located in the cellars with nothing more than a shack no bigger than a privy on the surface. It has a red lantern that is hung over the door. It is said that brothers of the Night's Watch go to Molestown to dig for buried treasure, which brothers enjoy mining a lot. The Night's Watch consists of 3 orders: Rangers, Builders, and Stewards. All are subject to the Lord Commander of the Night's Watch, and each of the 3 orders is led by its own officer. Recruiters for the Night's Watch are called Wandering Crows. The organization also includes Septons, Maesters, and Sailors. Once, serving on the Wall was honor and a sign of selfless devotion to duty, with many knights, honorable men, and nobles taking the black voluntarily. The Night's Watch is now often seen only as a way to avoid punishment, suitable less for knights than for the drags of Westeros. These men are salvaged from dungeons by Wandering Crows. Disgraced nobles, bastards, and even the unwanted legitimate offspring of nobles are encouraged to take the black, making many of today's watch a dissatisfied lot. Those who come voluntarily are free to leave during any time of their training, but no man may leave after he has said vows. Any deserters are sentenced to death. After taking the vows, the men of the watch cannot own any land, marry, or father children. Men are also encouraged to sever any ties left with their families, if they are lucky enough to have one. Thank you for the attention. See ya!